Brought to you in association with Grendel Press. This is Werewolf the Podcast, a serial killer drama.
Shh. I'm a spy. I'm a werewolf spy. Being a spy was often, well, fucking boring, but incredibly easy. I've got a Posit, you see. He's a separate entity from me, and he can spend a good deal of time away from me and doing his own thing. When he left, it was never very comfy, but it often meant that subterfuge and sneaky things were easy peasy. If you don't already know, the Posit is my wolf soul. A few hundred years ago, maybe 1,000 or two, a tribe of people and a pack of wolves made a deal through magic stuff that they would combine to survive. The wolves gave up their souls and the humans got the soul things and they became werewolves. Honestly, it is all unbelievable, but it is really true. The Posit is like a separate wolf-shaped ghost type thing that only I can see. He can talk to me using telepathy. The werewolf soul can transfer to other humans if they want to, or if the human dies. It's complicated, but if you have read some of the other chapters or listened to some of the other episodes, it'll all make much more sense. I'll give you an example of one of these simple spying jobs. After the training with the Special Forces, I knew and understood my fieldcraft. It was much easier for me to travel through the country as a wolf than it would be for a man to do the same thing. I would not really be noticed as a threat in the military sense to anyone in this form. The only issue with being wolf shape was that I couldn't really carry any kit, food or anything else. Still, I could feed on the way and steal the clothing I needed at source, getting it from wherever I went or whomever I ate. This particular job required me to get into a certain room at a certain time for a certain meeting hosted by a certain navy, in this case the Russian Navy. The main naval base is in Severomorsk. I can't even say it. It's Russia, northeast of Norway, and is home to the Northern Fleet. That place is a closed maritime town and is almost impossible to get into. It is a dark surveillance zone that is so well protected from technological intelligence seeking that no one has ever broken into its systems. Yeah, I know. No intelligence agency has ever managed to plant a person in the town. No foreign government has access to the town or any of its inhabitants. In this day and age, that's an impossibility almost. The Russians were doing a great job murdering anyone they suspected of not belonging to the base. I was taken by submarine to the northern coast of Norway, somewhere near Bugons. I would be taken to shore by a small boat full of many frightened soldiers from the sub and one slightly turned on sailor. I would run the last few miles to the town over open country until I reached Severomorsk. On getting to the town, I would change back to the man and my Posit would be the invisible listening device in the meeting. I would be able to hear what was said through the ears of the Posit, and I would be able to transfer that to the people who wanted to listen to it. My Posit could understand Russian and several different languages. It had been part of my education from him to learn these as I grew. It had been helpful for my travels and instrumental in this jobby type thing they groomed me for. Groomed sounds kind of bad, but I really was. Grooming a werewolf. Anyway, so I sent my Posit to the building using the famous left a bit, right a bit method. Eventually he found the room. I could see it clear as day. As the meeting went on, I listened to it through the telepathic conversation of my Posit. I brought in a satellite phone with GPS on my collar. Yes, I know, a little humiliating, a wolf wearing a collar. Still, it was the only natural way to carry anything on my body without being too obvious. So I sat listening mentally to my Posit and doing a narrative over the phone. See, werewolves are useful as spies. That little bit of espionage stopped a little war in a little country that would have cost the little lives of a lot of little people. A good job, you see. Sometimes I saved lives a little, not just a bad boy. But can you see? It's so boring. No murder or killing, just running and watching. Sorry. I've literally just wasted a few minutes of your life. But I wanted to see that it wasn't just all about torturing and murdering and killing and stuff. I could be a boring ass spy as well. James Bond? Shite. Thanks for listening. If you'd like to support the show, there's a link down in the description where you can go and buy me a coffee from Buy Me a Coffee website, and that coffee would be very nice. Thanks for listening. Bye.
Brought to you in association with Grendel Press. This is Werewolf the Podcast, a serial killer drama.